So what does the future of retail look like, whether it's in a regular retail store or in a grocery store? Well, what we are now seeing is more and more retailers are starting to implement something that they call scan and go technology. Today, that's what we're going to discuss. Because right now, we are in this very interesting time, a transition, where stores used to go from full-on cashiers up there at the checkout stand, and then they went to self-checkout, but due to theft and due to many other issues, they went from self-checkout back to the regular cashier. Now, because of inefficiencies and trying to find ways to cut costs, certain stores like Sam's Club and even Costco are moving towards scan and go technology. And I'm going to address that in today's video. But look at this right here. It says Costco is finally doing something about its long checkout lines. It says get ready for a faster, smarter way to shop. Costco is doing something that Sam's Club is already doing, and that is that scan and go technology, where you simply pull out your phone, you scan the items that you are purchasing inside of the store. It adds it to a cart, you pay for it on your phone, it gives you a receipt, you take that to the front of the store, just like you do in every single Costco, and they look at it and say, yep, that's exactly what's in your cart. You're good to go. How crazy is this though? Now, here's the interesting thing, and a lot of people are wondering, well, why? What is the benefit behind this? Because isn't there still going to be theft? And the answer is yes. But these companies realize that we cannot keep paying people $25, $35, $40 an hour to be there in the store to just scan the items people are purchasing. So what they are now starting to figure out is, well, how do we fix that? We fix it by pretty much replacing those people with technology. And the one piece of technology everybody has is a phone. That's incredible. But look at this right here. It says Costco confirms testing of scan and go checkout technology to speed up long lines. That is something that we knew was coming. Okay? It's something that I've talked about multiple times here on this channel, that it was just a matter of time. But look at this. Okay? It says Sam's Club acts as self-checkouts nationwide, adds scan and go. That was back in April. The reason why this is such a big deal is simple. More and more retailers are realizing they're losing money either way. So the one way that they can control what they do and control their expenses is to get rid of the workers. The problem with that is we're going to experience more layoffs. So be prepared for that. Now I do want to show you how this works, okay? This is Sam's Club. Okay, look at this right here.
Once you have the right screen up, you're just going to click scan and go. Then you use your phone to scan each item. The phone will beep and then it'll show the item in your cart. To make this faster, you can switch to the continuous scanning mode so you can scan everything before it sends you back to your cart. You'll know that you've got each item because it'll show up on the bottom that it's added it to your cart. For produce items, you don't need to worry about weighing them because Sam's Club only sells produce in specific weight packages. For example, the bananas I bought were only sold in 3-pound bunches. When you're done with the continuous scanning, click View Cart to see everything that you scanned. When you're sure you've got everything, click Checkout. After that, it's going to suggest some more items you might want to buy. And then it's going to ask you to confirm the number of items in your cart. Double check that you got the right number of things. Then you can pay in the app. If you already have a card saved in your account, you can use that one, or you can add a new card here. After you've confirmed that everything looks right, slide the button to pay. Then it's going to show you a QR code, and that's what you need to have scanned when you exit the building.
How simple is that? So you never go to a checkout stand, okay? You don't have to wait in a long line. You don't have to wait for the self-checkout to be available. You simply pull out your phone, scan all your items, or as you're picking them up, like, yep, I want this pack of meat, scan it, perfect, put the meat down. Yep, I want this bag of chips, I'm gonna buy that. Want this big thing of water, scan that. Want these frozen chicken patties, I'm gonna buy that. Good to go, pay, walk out the door. That's how simple this is. Now here's the reason why I'm bringing this up. We are now starting to see a shift And again, it's away from the self-checkout. Essentially, Scan and Go is still self-checkout, but keep this in mind. How much square footage is being lost by Walmart, Sam's Club, okay, Target, Costco, just because of the amount of checkout stands that they have? Now, if they take that and they shrink it down by half, so let's say they have just one or two self-checkout lanes. That's it. They also have one or two cashiers up there at the front to check you out if you need it. That's it. And then they are teaching everybody about self-checkout, okay, or the Scan and Go technology. What this is going to do is it's going to actually make stores more efficient. They are going to reduce their costs, which means, especially right now where everybody's concerned with tariffs, well, if we can reduce our expenses, we can actually bring down the price of goods because we don't have as much of an overhead. How great is that? Which means we can actually see these items for less, not more, less. Now I understand you are going to have to do some of the work by scanning the inventory yourself, but again, this is the direction we're headed. Now, I know there's still some downsides to this, but according to multiple reports, the downsides are minimal. Listen to this though. Here's some of the benefits. First off, increased checkout efficiency is number one. Okay, labor cost reduction, number two. This automates a lot of the process. You don't need 15 people standing up the front of the store trying to check people out. You don't need it. You just need a couple for those that do not have the technology, which means they don't have a smartphone or they don't have the app yet. But at the store to walk out at that door, you don't need 15 people there. Just keep one or two. That's it. That's all you need. So again, it's reducing the cost of labor, which means the prices for the goods can actually come down. Some say this is going to improve the customer's experience, and it might. Okay, this really could work. But again, we'll see. Something else though, okay, says reduce shrinkage with proper controls. Shrinkage is theft, losses. Because says while shrinkage can be a concern, AI enhanced scan and go systems with computer vision, cart audits, and random checks can mitigate losses effectively. It says customer accountability increases when digital receipts and user ID are involved. This is huge. Especially with Costco and Sam's Club, guess what? They're membership based. Not just anybody can walk in, you have to have a membership, meaning that they know when you're in the store. So if you have a membership and then somehow you steal something, they know whose carts it's in. So in the end, you are still going to be charged. Okay? Now, depending on what's still in your cart, you may be charged with maybe a misdemeanor, right? You may with theft, but you're still going to be charged. So again, for many of these companies, the upside is greater than the downside. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we will see what happens, but the future of retail is pretty clear. Scan and go technology is now starting to make its way into these stores, and as it makes its way into Costco, because again, it's already in Sam's Club, as it makes its way into Costco, it's going to spread to many Costcos, but also many other retailers. Just be prepared, because again, this is the new technology that we need to be well aware of.